Hello, my name is Xu Sheng, and today I'm going to give you a brief talk on the interesting drama going on with the Windows default browser protection. So here is a brief intro of me. I'm a developer at Vector35, and I work on our debugger. All right, so let's get started. So everything we are going to talk about today is about the UCPD driver. So it's a thing added to Windows in February 2024, which is roughly a year from now. It is short of user choice protection driver, but people also oftentimes just call it user choice prevention driver. You can guess what is happening. So it allegedly prevents unintended modifications to the default browser. So how does it actually work? So we all know that the default browser is actually saved in this registry key, and this driver in particular uses this register callback to filter any access to this particular registry key and prevent any binary that is not signed. It's actually developed by Microsoft from changing this registry key, and also preventing various utilities from doing so, like the cmd.exe, regedit.exe, etc. So the goal here is that the user should only choose the default browser from the official settings dialog, which is part of explorer.exe. And no browser, especially those third-party browsers, should be able to set itself as the default browser. Now, this causes a protection for the user's choice. However, except for Edge. Because according to the previous slide, it is signed by Microsoft and developed by Microsoft, but it is not on the blocked utilities list. So it means Edge should still be able to set itself as the default browser. So if you want more details on this, you can have a look at these two links. This is actually not what we talked about today. So the story actually goes on. So I checked a particular version of UCPD.sys in the October update and found some interesting strings in it. Is the font good enough? So you see 363.exe and also some familiar names in it. What is going on? So now, because we are giving a lightning talk, so let's just do some lightning fast re and just directly jump to the conclusions. So it monitors the creation of each process and associate with the category as maybe an enum value. So if it's explorer.exe and or msedge.exe, then the category value is 8. And also for the second class, if are these 363.exe or kexescore.exe, and also signed by this Qihoo or Kingsoft, then it gets a tag value of 4. And also Opera browser, if it's opera.exe and signed by Opera, it gets a tag value of 10. And also there are other things that are not covered here today. So this is the important thing. So it uses it register a callback when you want to get a handle for anything. Let's say when you call open process to get a handle for a process. Now, at the kernel level, any callback registered by this OB register callbacks will get a chance to filter on the request, either approve it, reject it, or modify the permission. So what happens in particular is if any process with a tag value 8 wants to get a handle to process with the tag value 4, then these two permissions are being dropped. So the process VM write and also process VM operation. So these two operations will be removed. However, the operation itself is still permitted. So what is this thing doing is essentially, so this is the image of the driver. And at the line I highlighted, you can see the two permissions are being removed because it's using a not this constant value and with RBX, which is the original permission. So these two particular permissions are being removed from the requested one. So what does this mean? And these two operations are used for code injection. And basically, UCPD prevents this processes from injecting code into explorer.exe and MS-edge.exe. Now, Opera is treated in a slightly different way, which I will not be covering today. Or in plain text, it prevents these guys from injecting code into explorer.exe or MS-edge.exe. Sorry, I just misspelled. And you might still be asking, why is this? It's because they try to get around UCPD by injecting their code into explorer.exe or MS-edge.exe, and Microsoft does not like it. So why I'm sure that they get caught by injecting into these processes is because there is a UCPD manager. So the behavior is actually can be configured with this D word in the feature way2 key in the registry. And so the protection I analyzed earlier is only enabled when a particular bit is set in this double word, which has a hex value of 100. So when will this value be set? So we see this is a code snippet that in the UCPD manager that actually sets this bit, and we can see from the symbols, which is still available from the Microsoft symbol server. I'm not sure whether they just forget to remove it because the symbol itself for the UCPD.sys is already removed, but the symbol on this manager.exe is still there, so we can actually look at what is happening. It's basically they call it anti-injection, as I highlighted. So pretty much, that's the story. Here's the summary. So UCPD wants the user to only set the default browser through the settings dialog, and some winners get around it by injecting code into Explorer, and UCPD does not like it, steps up against it, and calls them by name. All right, that's all.